Hey everyone, it's been about 2 months since I made a video. My computer actually crashed on me 3 weeks ago now. I've had to reinstall Windows and I'm slowly trying to get back all my programs that I had. Unfortunately, it's a very long process to do, especially since I need to get my OBS back working the way it was so that way I can start streaming again. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy. And the fact too that February had very few releases that I ended up picking up, whereas March had almost 3 times as much. A lot of Vita stuff that I'm going to go through. But first, I've got one item that is game related, but not necessarily a game, and that is the soundtrack to Panzer Dragoon Saga. Beautiful art on this. This has got the American cover on the front and the Japanese Azel cover on the back. Included a little art book that had interviews of the composer and everything. The disc itself is kind of bland. It's got Panzer Dragoon Saga and Orta on the top. My camera will focus. But cool stuff. They also had it on vinyl. I decided to pass on the vinyl as I still to this day do not have a turntable, even though I've got a good collection of vinyl. The vinyl was beautiful though. It was very hard for me to decide which one I wanted. And in the end, I decided just to go with the CD version, so that way I can rip the music, have it digitally, throw it on my MP3 player, and play it at work. Whereas I can't do that really with a vinyl turntable unless I rip it directly from the vinyl. But yeah, decisions. I picked up a copy of Street Fighter Arcade Edition. Just because I have the vanilla version, I can get rid of it. I've got it with my Best Buy Gamers Unlocked stuff. That way I can have the characters from Season 1 and 2, since I only bought like 1 or 2 characters anyway extra, so it didn't hurt to get the rest of them. I was going to spend the same amount of money either way, either get the characters digitally or buy the game. So I decided just to rebuy the game. Disappointments. Sea of Thieves. Yeah. If you're going into this as a single player, there is nothing to really do. Don't get me wrong, the graphics are beautiful. I really enjoyed being the captain of my own ship and just sailing the open seas. I put about 2 hours into it so far. Funny thing is, 25 minutes after I started the game and I lifted anchor on my boat, I got sunk by another ship. I suck as a pirate. And unfortunately, I don't have any friends that can be pirates with me. So there's not a whole lot to it. So I'm kind of gonna hold off again, trying to jump back in it until Rare says that they're gonna release a little more content for it. Because really, once you do a couple quests, it's kind of the same thing over again. So definitely not worth the $60. I really wish I had just gotten the Xbox Game Pass for $10 and given it a shot that way. But I would definitely recommend holding off on that if you're thinking about picking it up. I've got a family video that's about a block away from me. They're currently selling off their Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii stock. Prices are pretty good. They're anywhere between $8 up to $20. Newer games are usually in the $20 price, sometimes around $25. I ended up, I didn't really see anything on Xbox 360. I might go back later and check it out just to give it another look over. And PS3 stuff was kind of picked through already. But I did manage to find a copy of Uncharted Lost Legacy on the PS4 for $20. This game is still going for about $35 used at GameStop and still $40 in stores. So I jumped over it for half the price. Might as well. The only thing I have to deal with is pulling the stickers off the case. It does not include any DLC or anything like that. It's just the game, but you get the original case art, which is really nice, and they offer to buffer the game for you if it's got scratches. The disc that I got had no scratches on it, and it played beautifully. I never had any problems with it. I did beat the game in 9 hours and 15 minutes, which is probably the fastest I've gone through an Uncharted game. It was really fast. The puzzles were fine. I enjoyed my time with it. It was still a good game. Definitely 4 out of 5 stars. It just was over really fast. That's probably my only complaint. But then again, for 9 hours, I mean, I got my fill out of it for $20. So honestly, yeah, I can't really complain. Alright, Vita stuff for the collection. Living to Run Games, Fallen Legion, which came with a really nice art book. I don't know why it came separate from, and not inside the case. I guess that's just kind of how it worked out. The timing. The PlayStation 4 version of this does have different characters in it, and it's a different story. I just opted to not get the PS4 version just because, one, I didn't feel I needed it. Plus, the game itself did not really appeal to me. It's got some weird rhythm mechanic in it for its elements. It just didn't excite me too much. I don't know. I may give it a try. Otherwise, yeah, it's just going to be there for the collection. Idea Factory's Hakuoki Edo Blossoms. I think this is a remake of the original that was released on the PSP towards the end of its life cycle. I can't remember exactly. I did not get the limited edition of this just because I wasn't really interested. Standard edition did me fine. Plus, I have the limited edition for the prequel or sequel or whatever the last one came out for the Vita was, and I haven't even gotten around to playing it yet. So, another limited run release, Croxlayer Sigma? I don't know how to pronounce this. It's a Japanese RPG game. Who knows if I'll get around to playing that one either. Bit Trip! It's Bit Trip. I don't know what else to say. Skyforce Anniversary. Probably one of my favorite shooters for 2017. I actually ended up getting this during the PS Plus release. A lot of replayability on it. Had a really good time with it. I didn't expect them to come out with a physical version, but they did. This was also available on the PlayStation 4. I really recommend giving this one a try if you're into shooter games. This was probably one of my favorites. Finally, Skullgirls came in. This is number 3,322, according to the little sticker on the back side. Comes with a nice little slipcover with alternate art underneath. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Came with, of course, the soundtrack, a collectible postcard, collector card from Limit to Run, and a sticker. So, long awaited. It's been almost a year. Finally came out. It exists, as they say online. Velocity 2X. Gosh, this thing was delayed for over a year. And then they screw up and say that there's a misprint. Other YouTubers have probably already talked about this. You've probably seen it on Twitter or Facebook. This says the little sticker at the bottom or little part in the bottom on the cover says it comes with the soundtrack and art book. It does not. Supposedly the story is that somebody who is no longer with the company sent in the PlayStation 4 cover art for production. There is still no... I guess there's still no notification yet if they're going to do a replacement case for those who bought it, or a download that you can download and print it off, or whatever. There was a recall on the game off the store shelves. However, I know Amazon and GameStop continue to sell it. You can probably still find it at GameStop, gutted. But yeah, interesting story about this, especially since people waited over a year for this release. But it came out, at least. I mean, it wasn't canceled. Last game, and also for the Vita, I got the limited edition for Code Realize, another visual novel. I don't know why I went with the limited edition on this. It did come with some neat stuff, I guess. It's got a 17-inch by 24-inch printed cloth banner, which are kind of cool. I like cloth banners. 8 exclusive 4-inch by 6-inch bromide character cards, whoop-de-doo. And a set of 9 buttons that are 1.5-inch chibi character art, which is, I guess, is kind of cool. I haven't played the other Code Realize game yet. I've heard some good things about it. So eventually I'll probably jump into this. But yeah, Sealed Games, they're all over the place. Matt's probably rolling his eyes if he's watching this right now. I'm sorry. I am slowly eating through my backlog. I've actually played through 2 Vita games so far, and I'm still going through Bayonetta 2 on the Switch. So, other than that, the only other news I have is Midwest Gaming Classic is in 2 weeks. I will be there Saturday with Matt, and I think David, our editor for Arcade Impossible, will also be there with us this year. So we'll likely look for us. We'll be wandering around with our Arcade Impossible t-shirts, or at least I know Matt probably will, maybe. If I may have a Sonic shirt on or something, or trying to rep Saga. being my fanboy self. But we'll be there. I'll be looking out for other YouTubers. Maybe we can grab a beer or something to hang out or whatever. But Midwest Gaming Classic is a good time. I really enjoy going in and just playing the games and talking with people and hanging out. So look forward to that. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.